So, you're ready to start your new Ark adventure, but aren't sure which dinos you need to get you on your way. Well, don't worry, because today I'm going to tell you my top 5 best early game dinos that you need and how to easily tame them. But first, a little disclaimer. All of the creatures on this list were taken from the island because that's the map that pretty much everybody starts off playing, so any other creatures from any other maps in the game weren't even taken into consideration. Also, this is just my personal opinion, so if you're a veteran player and you have 5 different creatures that you think are better, feel free to let me and everybody else know in the comments, because after all, this is a video just to help people out, so any other advice helps. But with all that out of the way, let's get into number 5. So here we have a Fiamia. It's not a very fast creature, so you're not going to need to make a trap for it. You can just run after it with your bow and shoot it with Trike arrows and it'll go right down. You feed it some Mejo berries and it tames right up. It's not very fast, it doesn't have a lot of weight, so you're not going to want to use it for mobility, but you can go into its inventory and force feed it a bunch of stem berries. And when you do that, it's going to make it poop over and over again. As many stem berries as you have is as much poop as you're going to get. And you can use this poop to fertilize your gardens, or you can put it in a compost bin to make even better fertilizer. And the reason you're going to want to garden early on in the game is so you can start stashing up on your vegetables so that you can start making kibble when you're ready. At 4, we have the Livestro, possibly the easiest tame in the game. Just put Mejo berries in the last item slot of your hotbar and walk up to them and feed them, and they tame right up. Once they are tamed, you can take them over to the other dinosaurs and pet them, and they give your dinosaurs a slight XP buff, which is indicated by the little green arrows above their bodies. Now this is really good because when you get your first early game dinosaurs, they're probably not going to be that high level anyway, so you're going to want to get them leveled up fast so that they can have higher stamina and weight, etc. So this is a great way to get those guys leveled up fast and easy. The Trike is going to be the hardest tame on this list so far. They're relatively slow, so you won't need to make a trap for them, but they will get aggressive and come at you, and their armor-plated heads can make it hard to hit them in a vulnerable spot. So run them around until they run out of stamina, and then shoot them in the back with a slingshot or Trike arrows. Once they're tamed up, they'll add some muscle to your squad, and you can use them to take out smaller enemies like these. But the reason you really want to get one is because they are great berry gatherers, and they can get a lot of narco berries so that you can make those sweet, sweet narcotics for the future. So for number 2, I decided to do a tie between the Parasaur and Iguanodon because they are very similar creatures. The Parasaur can be bowled and then taken out with Trike arrows, and you can feed it Mejo berries to tame it up, and once tamed up, it is a very good early game mount to get around the map. The same goes for the Iguanodon, and it stands on its hind legs at times, just like the Parasaur, but it is much better at attacking and can be used to defend yourself much more than the Parasaur. Unlike the Parasaur though, it can run on all 4s, and it uses little to no stamina on all 4s when it runs. Both of these creatures are very good berry gatherers, and that's why they are both very good to get. And the reason that these two guys are tied up in the same category is because both of them are mobile, both of them are berry gatherers, and basically you can just trade out the Parasaur for an Iguanodon when you get to level 30. Before we move on to number 1, I want to give an honorary mention to the Pteranodon. The Pteranodon did not make this list because if you're someone who's newer to the game and you don't know how to get all of the Explorer notes and level up quick, it can take you quite a while to get the saddle for this guy because you don't get the saddle for it until level 39. That's also why the Parasaur was paired with the Iguanodon, because if I just put the Iguanodon on this list, if you're someone newer to the game, you might feel like the Iguanodon wasn't necessarily an early game creature for you, so that's why him and the Parasaur were paired together. But without further ado, let's move on to number 1. Coming in at number 1, we have the Raptor. Now the Raptor is fairly easy to tame. It'll get aggressive and run right at you, which makes it very easy to bola. And once you bola it, you can just shoot it with Trike arrows, hit it with a club, knock it out with a slingshot. It really doesn't matter. And then you can use prime meat or regular meat to tame it up. I'm using prime meat here, but regular meat works just as well, and the taming effectiveness goes down hardly at all. Now these creatures are very fast, and they are very good at taking out small to medium-sized creatures, and you can get a lot of meat and a lot of hide with them. And the reason you want this meat is so that you can spoil it and make narcotics with it. Now they also do have this pounce attack where they pounce onto smaller prey and slash it really fast with its claws, and it makes it very effective to get hide and meat again. So overall, these guys are very mobile, they can take you places very quick, and they are very good at taking out smaller prey to get you a lot of meat and a lot of hide, and that's why they're number 1 on this list. Well, that is it for today's video, guys. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy the video so that I know to make more videos like this in the future. And like I said at the beginning, this is just my opinion. So if you feel like I left a couple of dinosaurs out or put some on there that don't belong, please be sure to let me and everyone else know down in the comments below so that someone who's trying to learn a little bit more about the game can learn a little bit more about a dinosaur that I didn't include. Well, that's it from me, guys, and I will see y'all in the next one.